everyone, my name is Kathleen Collins. I'm a violinist in the Cleveland Orchestra, and it's really great to be back with you today to talk about more amazing things in music and showing you more great details about the violin. I'm going to start out today by playing a really lovely little piece by Antonin Dvorak, and I hope you'll just use your really great audience skills that we talked about over the last couple of sessions, using your really good hearing and seeing skills to imagine anything that you want to imagine about this music, see how it makes you feel, and see what you notice as I'm playing it. Great, that was so beautiful, wasn't it? Today we're going to talk about something special in music that you can notice both with your ears and with your eyes, especially when you're observing a string instrument play. We're going to be talking today about dynamics in music. That's another new word. Can you say that word with me? Dynamics. Very good. So instead of me telling you right now exactly what dynamics means, I'd like to see if you can maybe guess what I'm talking about just by listening to a couple of musical examples. I'm going to play right now the same piece of music in two different ways. And I want to see if you all might be able to either tell your teacher or your parents what you think was different between the two different ways. Here's the first example, the first way. see if you can tell what is the difference between the first and second ways. Here's the second way. So what do you think? Did you guess what I'm talking about when we're talking about different dynamics in music? So if you listened and you guessed the way I think you'll probably guess, you'll tell me that the first time that I played this music, it was really loud. And the second way that I played the music, it was really, really very quiet. Isn't that cool? So it's exactly the same music that I played, but it sounded very different because of the musical dynamics that I did. So dynamics in music means whether the music is really, really loud or really soft or somewhere in between. And we use a couple of special words. Again, there are special Italian words to talk about music that's really loud. We call it forte. Or if it's even extra loud, we'll call it fortissimo. Can you say that word? Let's say fortissimo together. Ready? Fortissimo. That means really, really loud. And on the very other end of the spectrum, we have music that's really, really soft. In Italian, we call it piano, or if it's the very most soft possible, we will call it pianissimo. Let's try that word together. You ready? Pianissimo. That means really, really soft. So I'd like to show you, you can see when a string instrument is playing, you can see exactly how the string instrument makes really, really loud sounds and how it makes really, really quiet sounds. Because almost everything that a string instrument player does is really, really right out there, so you can see absolutely everything that we're doing with our hands. So I'm going to play fortissimo. Remember, that means really loud. I'm going to play a little bit of that musical selection, very, very fortissimo, and I'd like you to see, especially, I'm going to give you a hint, what I do with my bow. So how much bow do I use? What does it look like when I'm doing that? And if you'd like to play your imaginary violin along with me, you can do that. See if you can make exactly the same kind of motion that I'm doing when I play fortissimo. Here we go. Great. So did you notice how much of my bow I was using? I was using almost the entire thing, all the way from the very bottom here, we call that the frog, all the way to the very tip, so that I could use as much motion as possible to get out as much sound as I could. Now let's see what it looks like when I'm playing pianissimo. Remember, that means really soft. So here is pianissimo, and you can play along on your imaginary violin too if you'd like. See what I'm doing, especially with my bow here. Did you notice how much less bow I was using? I was only using about that much, just about an inch or two. And it was all right at the very tip. And the reason that it was all right at the very tip is because the tip is the lightest part of the bow. If I'm playing down at the frog, it's pretty heavy, so it's just harder to make a quiet sound all the way down at the bottom here. The other thing that happens with string players when we're playing fortissimo, we press down a little harder with our hand. You might have noticed that too. And when we're playing pianissimo, we're just very, very light, almost whispering right at the top. And I really like to play my pianissimo right up at the tip where it's nice and light on my bow. Great. Now, to end this little session on dynamics, we're going to do an experiment together. I'd like you can stand up if you'd like and get ready, because we're going to sing. I'm going to play the violin and you'll sing this song that we probably all know. You can either use the words to Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, or you might want to sing ABC song if you'd like. That's okay too. So when I'm using all of my bow, and you can see that I'm pressing down really a lot and playing very fortissimo, I want you to sing with a nice big sound. No screaming. We still want to have a beautiful sound when we're singing fortissimo, but you can sing with a nice full sound. Then, if you notice, if I play really, really small like this and I'm playing really at the tip of my bow, then I'd like you to sing really, really pianissimo. That means really, really quiet. So you have to both use your ears and you have to use your eyes to see exactly when to change from singing fortissimo to singing pianissimo. Are you ready? Here we go. And if you really like singing fortissimo and then pianissimo, you can always replay this video and try it all over again. I hope you enjoyed learning about musical dynamics, and we'll see you next time to learn about something else that's really interesting and neat in music. Nice to see you. Bye.